filmed this video once before and my head got cut off of it. So hopefully this one will sound about the same. But what I want to talk today about is non-player characters. And should we feel an obligation to forgive them? I've been pondering this for some time because there are a couple of people, a couple of girls specifically, that a few years ago did some wrongs to me, and I've never been able to forgive them. And I've been able to forgive it as much as I can. It doesn't bother me anymore, but and I guess that's the point. I have pondered that for a while, and so I recently heard or felt that we don't need to worry about forgiving them. We just need to detach from them. When I say non-player character, I need to describe that. And that is someone that does not have a divine spark, that does not have the same consciousness that I inhabit. Those of us with the divine spark are the ones that have empathy, heart-centered consciousness. We can't do cruel acts. We seek truth. We, just have internal moral values. The kingdom of God is within. Righteousness comes from within. It's not because you want to please someone else. It's because you just feel you have to do it. That's who you are. So people that are non-player characters don't feel this. They are empty. I previously called them soulless, but I no longer resonate with that. I feel that everyone has a soul. The soul is the vessel that contains our spirit / spark / awareness / consciousness. And that everybody gets a soul and everybody has some type of consciousness inside it. But it's what kind of consciousness does one have is what I'm talking about here. A non-player character is one that belongs to the system or is a malevolent consciousness. Now, it is possible that there are non-player characters that belong to the system that are literally just empty, very neutral, not malevolent or benevolent, just here to observe and literally survey the system. Then there's also those that likely have been taken over. The consciousness within them likely might have to do with black goo, which is the infection that got into the universe, essentially. But that's a sentient, artificial, malevolent consciousness, essentially. And so those are the ones, that perform these terrible acts. Now, there's also, you've got the shapeshifter, and it's possible that some that perform the terrible acts against humans really aren't human, and so that's why they hate humans. Discernment is necessary with the NPCs. And then also, negative etheric attachments can mimic a non-player character. You may have to do a little bit more soul searching. I'm not advocating for, is he human? Is he human? Should I talk to her? Is she human? I'm not advocating for that, okay? I am advocating that we need to be mindful that everyone is not the same. All humans are not the same. There is a difference in our consciousness. If people start giving you red flags, like, something's not right with that one, it's that connection with your inner voice that you need to establish. And then as you're interacting with people, that's what's going to start going off and saying, something's not right here, So you need to work on reestablishing your connection with your inner voice, not sitting there, is he human? Is he human? But it's when someone does something to you and you examine the situation, upside down, backwards, forwards, and you just cannot wrap your head around why someone would think that was a good idea. That this has no other intention other than malevolence. This has, and it's those kinds of injustices that are done to you that you do not have to forgive. You need to forgive your part in it. You need to forgive, forgive yourself for falling for it. Forgive yourself for making bad choices. Forgive it, whatever it is. But you do not have to forgive the person, the empty person that did the cruel act. You forgive to the best of your ability. And we just want to make sure that, and if you're questioning whether or not someone is empty versus do they have an attachment, you can maybe do a little hypothetical questioning, like, oh, if you killed this guy, how would you do it? Or something, I don't know. Basically, the message that I received is that we don't need to feel, if you can't forgive someone, you need to just detach yourself from them. You need to forgive yourself to the best of your ability and then detach yourself from them. But this is specifically designed towards NPCs, geared towards NPCs. This message was specifically, it was non-player characters, empty vessels. And the division in our reality, those of us that want unity and those of us that want to go back to nature and don't want a bunch of rules and don't want to be told how to live, those of us that want sovereignty and to take our power back versus those who want to merge with machine and want total control. The division between us is getting very wide, and it's getting harder set, and I feel the realities are going to split somehow. I feel two collectives are going to form and two realities are going to form somehow, and I'm not sure exactly how that's going to be done. I'm hopeful that we're physically separated, but likely would happen after some kind of cataclysmic event. As always, you just need to be grateful for what we have, the now. Grateful for the now. Enjoy the now. And if someone does do a great injustice to you, don't let the injustice further eat you alive. You need to be able to forgive it, accept it, let it go. Forgive your part in it. And if you can't comprehend how could that person do that to me, you need to look at it from a bigger perspective. That person may not have feelings. Their feelings aren't going to match yours because that person doesn't have them. So it's hard. And then we need to think about, and their absence won't be noted, but if we get back to the worlds without stain, a lot of the individuals that we knew here will not exist there. Have a good day.